Do I regret what I did?
No. It's a dog-eat-dog world, and I'm in the pound with this bitch.
Let's make it out. You know what? We said we were gonna spill it all. At first, I had wrote your name on the board to give you the point.
I was gagged. I was just like,
baby, y'all are so shady. These options that got us together.
Why are y'all getting us together? I did talk to Sasha for you.
What did she say?
She did not reply.
Let's really put it out there. Do you believe in COVID?
I do get it. I do get the concept, but I will say,
Kerri, delete Twitter. When you got home, you got me together, bitch. You got your lick back.
Honestly, real tea, I didn't know if I was gonna get thrown over a curb or if I was gonna get a hug. I think you stole the point of the show and then flipped it on its head and fucked it. Like, that's my favorite thing to do.
Bitch, what the f***? Normally, every Mistress Monday, you know, I'm just known for being kind and respectful and just so sensitive, and I can feel the tension right now. I feel like, you know, we just saw the episode. Was a point stolen?
Point stolen? I think you stole the point of the show and then flipped it on its head and fucked it. I'm still so gagged. I couldn't believe it.
Okay, let's get into it. Okay, I'm gonna let you speak. I'm gonna listen. This is our therapeutic moment. I'm gonna listen.
We're in therapy. We're in therapy, and we're in the spa, honey. We're doing a little come to Jesus meditation. I was gagged. I think that's like my biggest emotion. I was just like, oh, we're playing that game, my Texas sister. I thought we were in an alliance. The alliance was to get me, bitch.
No. Okay, I now that you've seen the episode, I hope you now see that I was being honest. It was the Texas Sister Alliance. I would give you the point, and I was gonna always give you the point. I was gonna try my best to make it up to you. And, you know, do I regret what I did?
No, I don't think so.
Would you have done the same? Yes. You would have. You were in.
Probably not. I mean, I gave y'all the point. I could have switched with Nicole. If I would have known that's what we were doing, I would have just had us both do it.
Ooh.
If I would have known.
Okay, be honest.
If I would have known, I would be like, okay, me and Nicole, we switch. You two, you switch. So then we just kind of
I told y'all that day. I was like, if you would have been near me, I would have. If you were next to me instead of where Jordan was, I would have did it with you.
So it was a seat thing.
Yes, but here's the thing. Would you have done it? If
I would have been in on it. I would have been in on it. I would have been like, okay, yes. But like, you know, I was gagged. The doll, they came for the doll.
I want to hear, how did it happen from your perspective? Without watching the show, give us a quick replay. I want to know if I was sitting in your shoes, how did it happen to you?
I just feel like it was an unpredictable, mischievous energy. I think the stakes were high. I know you were upset. I was like, I knew something was up. But I knew you were worked because like they literally did your song, Love Sensation, that is literally the Mistress, like,
that's the anthem.
1-2. And so I knew you were worked. At that moment I was like, oh, she's like really upset, so we're probably f***ed. I'm probably f***ed. Me and Nicole, we're f***ed.
You were one of the rare people who has seen me when I'm actually mad. And how would you describe that experience?
Scary. I feel like I just try to like run to the corner and then like I'm like, do I need to call like paramedics? Do we need to call like earthquake prevention? Do we need to call in a national alert? Because she shakes it up. She's breaking everything. Honey.
You're kind of the same when you're mad. I feel like I see the steam coming out of your ears.
Yeah, I feel like when I'm upset, I like to make everyone really uncomfortable. Like, that's my favorite thing to do.
Bitch, what the f***?
Like, I'm really pissed, so I want you to like, I like to see people sweat.
If I'm crying, everyone's crying. I see that.
Yeah,
and you did that to me. You got me together.
Did I make you cry?
When you got home, you got me together, no shade.
I did.
You know, let's make it out. You know what, we said we were gonna spill it all.
We did.
When you got home, you got me together, bitch. You got your lick back.
I got myself together. I had to do that first. I was like, what the f*** was this?
Okay, you got home and how did you decode? Like, okay, got home.
Well, I got home, obviously, you know, I'm part of the House of Colby LLC, so my mother checked in on me and she wanted to know what happened, and my report card was not what she wanted to hear, so then she's like, what the f*** happened, daughter?
So what did you tell her? And
I told her exactly what happened. I said, well, Mistress wanted to do her thing, and she really got her lick back on the Colbys, honey. She took it out on me. She let me have it.
Why would you say on the Colbys?
Patreon exclusive.
That is a Patreon exclusive. Oh, I can only imagine how mad Mother got.
She was quiet.
Because here's the thing. Oh, that's scary.
She was quiet.
That's scary. Here's the thing.
She was quiet.
And people think I'm bullshit. First of all, I forever and always loved Sasha. When all that happened, Chevelle called me, which Chevelle is like Sasha's best friend. Chevelle called me and she was like, Sasha said this and this about you. And I was like, you know what? That's fucking sickening. And I still respect it. But I know literally I was like, you know what? She don't with me. I gotta live.
Baby. And then, you know, of course, all that built up and we had to work it out for 2 hours at Mickey's about a year later.
I did not.
We had to work it out.
Kerri and I did not talk for a while. Then I saw you at Mickey's, and what was it? Because I always tell people how I handle things. How did I handle it?
In person, which I appreciate. I mean, I wasn't. I feel like I wasn't being nasty.
It was my legendary.
Tap tap. George just introduced it. We were smoking a blunt, and then she's like, "You haven't talked to Mistress?" I was like, "No. What I gotta say to her?" And she's like, "Oh, okay." Mistress like, hello.
Girl. Cause I feel like you thought it was gonna get physical. I feel like you thought I was gonna like check you.
I feel like I never know. You know, since you're such a woman, it could be woman on woman crime. It could be given T for T battle. I didn't know if I was gonna get thrown over a curb or if I was gonna get a hug.
I honestly, like, here's the thing, and I put myself in other people's shoes, and I'm like, to me, it's TV, and it's a game, and I kept telling you, I was like, Kerri,
yes,
they're gonna live.
They're gonna live. Y'all living?
It's easy for me to say that, though, because I was, like, on the winning side, so I understand that. So we talked it out, and we did talk for, like, 2 hours.
It was a long convo. But I feel like there was so much for us to talk about beyond the initial, like, scuffle, because I felt like all of that energy was coming from a deeper place. And so I was like, I just didn't understand. I don't understand, bitch.
But now do you feel like you understand?
I do get it. I do get the concept. I guess I mean, who else were you gonna sacrifice? So it was good TV. We're also very unserious. I feel like that's the thing. It took me a minute, obviously, but we realized it was TV. And that was something I had been telling you too. I was like, you have to understand that if you were in my position, I feel like you would have nuked the entire West Coast. And I was like, I'm not doing all that.
Oh, baby.
But
if I was in your position,
you would have broken everything.
Would have cut up so bad. That's why I was saying I take myself out of being and I understand everyone's perspective. And we'll leave it at that. I don't think that anyone here did anything wrong.
I wouldn't say wrong. I just said very fierce game playing. You really are in it to win it, aren't you?
I am in it to win it, and you know, winning is not everything, but wanting to is.
That's the part. And, you gotta want to.
You know, I think that we both know what it is. We both know that I'm the rightful queen.
Oh, the queen of Ozempic.
That's Ginger Minge.
Oh, Monjaro.
Oh! Okay, so going into All Stars, whose team are you on? If you weren't gonna win, whose team are you on?
I'm always gonna live for a doll, so I'm rooting for Bosco. I feel like she was my mistress on season 14. I feel like her and I were very much like, I'm here, I wanna be here, you're here, you wanna be here, and we're both that like femme queen diva realness. So I'm glad I wasn't in her bracket. Bracket 1, I would have lost my mind.
Oh, actually that's a great question.
Yeah.
Are you happy with bracket 2 or you wish you would have like been in a different bracket?
No, I think bracket 2 was
iconic.
The perfect bracket. I think it was the perfect bracket. Honestly, real tea, when they told me that I was bracket 2, we started kind of digging around. I pretty much knew, I had a feeling you were gonna be bracket 2 immediately. I was excited. Like I went in because I am a fan of yours. You see it in the confessional, I admit it. And so I was excited to work with you, but I was like, ooh, I know that she plays for Mistress. She does. And so like you have to be 100% team Mistress, which is why I tried to do an alliance, or you know, you're gonna get ran over.
I mean, I feel like in life, I feel like you have to be that way. You always have to be your biggest fan. But that's why I love you, because you are your biggest fan. I
absolutely.
live.
Darling.
And I think real recognizes real. And I really did, let's really put it out there. That's why I got so hot on the last episode, because I really did love you. And I was like, and I was there for you. And I was like, we shared a lot of personal moments, a lot of intimate moments, even very on and off camera. And then at the last episode, you almost got your lick back on me, bitch. At first, I had wrote your name on the board to give you the point.
And you erased it?
Yes.
Period. She was like, bitch.
I don't know if they're gonna show it, but originally I had wrote your name on the board to give you the point because I meant what I said I was gonna give you the point.
She was a woman of her word. I'm gonna have to see it.
Yes.
See it.
And then once something in my soul, my third eye opened in that moment.
You got enlightened.
You played a game though. The last episode, you were very strategic. You giving your point to Tina, taking that point out. You did your big one too, bitch.
I realized that I was like, if the girls are going to get me, I'm going to have to get Myself and the girls, you know, I do it in confessionals. I talk about, you know, it is giving a little fraudulent and phony, but like at the end of the day, you have to stand up and defend yourself. It's a dog eat dog world, and I'm in the pound with this bitch.
No, that's the thing. That's why I was like, if you were in my position, you would freak out. I would, but my first reaction would be to laugh because
yes,
even
I think I smirk really, really like I'm
like girl. I literally, you almost got me. Like, you were so, at the end, you were so convincing, and I was like, I really love her. I feel bad that I took the point. And then when all of a sudden, I was like, I literally...
The spidey sense.
A point, like, literally, I was 0.5 of a second away from just giving it to you. And then I was like, bitch, she's playing me. I was like, you literally almost beat the master at their own game. You should literally be proud of yourself because, bitch, I never get tricked. I've never been tricked, and you were so close. You almost got me together.
I should go on Traders, huh?
I could see it. You would be a good one because I feel like your energy is so kind and sweet, and that's exactly what you need to be a nasty, evil, crazy bitch.
Ooh, wake that up. I just feel like I always try to make everyone win, but I feel like when I'm losing, I'm like, we're all gonna fall. Let's fall.
That is so crazy. Okay, I've been asking all the girls, how was this experience different from your original season? Like, we were just getting off of press week, that's why we're here in the bathroom. Yeah. Like, how was press week from here compared to season 14?
I didn't have a press week on season 14. We dealt with Omicron. I forgot that was a variant. But they canceled everything like a week before.
Do you believe in COVID?
I think COVID's real. I mean, people died, actually. It's not Stonewall, baby. People died during COVID. So I knew it was serious because this was also when like they weren't letting you do any gigs, anything unless you had your vaccination card. You had to go get that like re-upped. And so I was just like, well, there goes like the press, but kind of glad because I wouldn't have liked those Gettys. Wouldn't have liked them.
Oh my god, I know. Well, I guess I am gonna experience having a really big different transformation.
Yes.
But do you like cringe watching your original season? I mean, you were always puss though.
I was puss-ish. I feel like how do I put it? I know that like season 14 is very monumental. It's very beautiful. It's very iconic. I get uncomfortable seeing me because I see me not see it for myself. And then I see me with the games and all of that type of stuff happening. I see me give up on myself and I'm like, I don't like to watch that because it's just weird. It's like I see me be like, oh bitch, I don't see it for her anymore. And then like I'm almost ready to go home at that point.
Oh, so you could like feel like it was like at the end it was like dwindling. But it wasn't like you were Georgia still. Like when Georgia got eliminated,
she was over it. She was so happy to go home at that point. Well, because they were also like, I feel like season 14 was one of those like last seasons of like kind of them trying to do Drag Race how they've always done it and mixing in twists and turns. And then I feel like 15 onward, it's just been like a new era. So we were really getting kind of like thrown through some fire for sure backstage.
Even the fans were complaining. They were like, this is too much. Like,
well, there was like so many random saves. And then like, unfortunately, like when Cornbread left, like that broke me. That broke a lot of us because she was really like the bridge holding us all together, keeping us like on track, keeping us feeling good. And that was back when like they took Hard Eyes so seriously. They took like no bathroom breaks seriously, no alcohol, especially after Maddie and Jasmine fought their like fight in the Untucked. Like they were just like, okay, we're not gonna be giving nobody nothing. You can't go get a snack, nothing.
I feel like, girl, it's just been such a crazy ride, especially because like there's just so many different personalities. And I will always say Drag Race, I didn't believe it when the girls would say it time after time, but it really is a different experience each and every time. And this one has been much more different than the first time for me.
Better or worse?
I would say better. It's been a better experience, especially with the girls. I feel like I'm much more close to the All Stars cast than my original season 15 cast.
It was a lot of fun. I had fun this time. I think that's the biggest difference too. I did.
I actually see that for you. Like I love, like that's what I've enjoyed the most about press week is like going out and doing our little 1-2s and just very much
going to bed late.
That's why I had to be ELEANOR.
Yes.
I had to give them ELEANOR.
That was why.
Maybe the checks weren't adding up to us. Period. I don't know how you do it. You be dressed down. You always a coin. It'd be too much.
Well, there's many ways to do fashion, darling. I feel like what I've learned is the more you give to fashion, the more fashion gives to you. And so a lot of times that means volunteering your time, but when you volunteer with the fashion people, they like to volunteer back.
I love that.
That's what we did.
A little back scratching here and there. You know what? When I listen to you talking, even when I'm always around you, I'm like, you're like you're like in the Drag Race stratosphere. To me, you're like such an influencer. Like you give me, I would see you on like other random reality TV shows. Like I want to see you like on a Real Housewives type of thing. I would see you on,
I need a rich husband first.
I would see you on like Love Island type of tea.
Ooh, but they won't let me do it.
Why?
Because those network people, it's a different team than like our Paramount people. They don't do trans people right on dating shows. Like, they make them look the fool on purpose because they know that it,
there's some
plays up to that trans woman
Yeah.
shouldn't be in women's spaces, and it's weird, and then anyone who talks to me is gay, and it gets so messy. So I hope that changes.
Actually, it gets very
Yeah.
clickbaity. Actually, I take all that back. Don't go to none of that. But everyone tuned in to Mistress Monday, so those out there watching, we're ready for Kerri's next gig. I'm gonna start managing her, and we're gonna get it together.
You gonna get what, like 2%?
Oh, I was thinking like maybe like 60%.
60? What the you bringing me? $1 million gigs?
Maybe.
Okay, period.
$1 million pussy.
Okay, yes.
My last question before we jump into the video.
Okay.
Bosco had her documentary with
Yes.
her FFS.
Yes.
Would you let me film you getting bottom surgery?
Ooh. Wait.
I feel like we could wake it up. We'll start a GoFundMe. We're gonna get all the finances in line.
Yes, Kerri Colby's Kitty, presented by Mistress.
I love. Okay, today we're gonna do a friendship test. So I have my loyal Patreon members ask us some questions they wanted to know, and we're gonna test.
To us?
Yeah. So
They knew it was us?
Yes.
Oh, fuck.
I'm blind reacting with you, so
Okay.
and I really am. So we're gonna see what it gives. So it's multiple choice, and we're gonna start in the questions for you. So let me see what it gives. We're gonna jump right in. You
Okay.
promise to tell the truth
The whole truth.
and nothing but the truth. Okay, let's jump right in.
Yes.
Okay. Oh my God. You read it. I'm gonna answer the question. And you're
Okay.
gonna
I feel like you've been subtweeting me on all these videos in the past, but what?
Girl, bye.
I've heard it pop up here and there, girl. I watch.
Okay, how do you feel? What have I said on Mistress Monday? Do you feel like it was about you?
There was definitely a few things about a flat Earth queen.
You are my
and a conspiracy.
Okay,
queen.
I'm going to confirm you are my flat earther.
But I don't think the Earth is flat.
Okay,
the
then why-
Earth is as flat as my titty.
Why do? Oh,
They ain't flat, baby. They ain't flat.
where did this come from? Why do people think you're a flat earther?
This is a part of why I had to get off of Twitter, because I was high.
Okay.
I was at home, and I don't even know what was happening. I must have seen something somewhere talking about Antarctica, girl, and I was like, okay, let me wake that up. And I went to Twitter and I was like, do you ever look at the globe and just think it's bullshit? And of course, like, people want to fill in the blanks. I leave things open so people can fill it up, and I'm like, well, no. Yeah, I'm not made for
This is
Twitter.
why I can't be around people like you, because when you explain it like that, I understand. I'm
Right.
like, okay.
But like, people love to take things I say because I like to make people think, and they're like, I don't want to think about that. You're wrong. Flat Earth.
So you don't think this is your chance to talk to them directly?
I do not think the Earth is flat whatsoever. But I do believe that, we live in a world that is controlled.
Sister, now I was with you for a second, and now you like shook my head up again.
Yeah,
you do make me think. I understand what
That's
you're
what
saying.
I'm supposed to do. It's like I don't give you the answer. I just want you to look for more.
So you don't believe the Earth is flat, but
No.
it is a possibility, is what you're saying.
I think that there might be something going on this planet that we don't know. Because I don't think I'm from Earth. That's also what it is.
Extraterrestrial?
Very extraterrestrial, transsexual.
Okay, so the question is, what's Kerri's most problematic takes?
Okay.
A, gender-affirming care.
Oh my God.
B, Earth is flat. C, that she's the most robbed queen in Drag Race history. Or D, that she's the fishiest T-girl.
Wait, did I say that I was the fishiest T-girl?
Yes, all these are things that you've said. Okay.
I mean, I am
I feel like,
fishy,
you know
but
what?
It ain't a
The
competition.
girls do tune in, so let's
Yes.
use this to clear your name. Okay, so you cleared the
Okay.
flat Earth.
Flat Earth.
The gender-affirming care tweet was crazy. You broke the internet with that one. Give it to us.
It was a rough take. I was very upset with the election, as anyone should be. And I felt like there were people who just have been so chaotic that like no one really got to think. I feel like when it came to voting, and they were like, trans people, chaotic, not voting for them, not supporting them, going the other way. And that was like, family members and people I know in Texas, that was kind of what they were telling me. And I was like, that's not right. And so I tweeted that I felt like, there are other ways you can focus on transitioning other than medicine. I obviously voted to support my people, but I still, like, as a trans woman going through a transition, doing all of that myself, I feel like it's a lot. And that's my personal take. But yeah, I knew it was a rough take. I knew that I was talking from a place of anger, And I do know that I, kind of generalize things a bit, and it wasn't right. And I'm always happy to have a conversation to understand more. That was just kind of how I was feeling, because I was like, damn.
Yeah, I feel like that's a big reason why, like, I always tell you, like, I prefer to talk in person, because so much is misconstrued on the internet. They literally will cling to one thing and it'll be like a crazy chaotic mess. And also, I feel like I'm kind of the unpopular opinion where, like, I think people can have their own takes. Do I necessarily agree with everything you say? Hell no. Do you agree with everything that I say? Hell no. So, but I mean, it is what it is. But girl, that one was a crazy day. I remember I was just like, Kerri, delete Twitter.
I did. I literally saw where it started going, and I was like, that's not sense that, like, I was like, this is going somewhere that is so much worse. But in that same vein, I was like, I do want people to kind of realize, like, it's the silent majority, because some things that aren't spoken about do have like huge world-changing effects. And I feel like we're gonna have to really learn about community and how to work together and move forward. It's gonna be different from here on out.
Do you have any advice for our trans youth out there? Anyone who's just starting their transition?
Yes.
Just starting the journey. What would you say after they were mad at you about these tweets?
You know what?
advice do you offer?
You don't have to love me, but just know I have been where you are, and I'm trying to help you get to where we're all wanting to go. And I would say, buckle up. It's not going to be easy. Life was never meant to be easy. There's nothing wrong with being transgender or transsexual. That's who you are. That's who you were made to be. It's a blessing, sometimes a blessing in disguise, and you got to go through things and learn that. But keep pushing. It's all about the push. And I know that this is a push era. We got to get through these next 4 years. But let your light shine. Let people see why the transgender community needs support and love, because we're so lovable. The way that you do that is by just being authentic and existing.
Yeah. I love. You know what? We don't even have to get into the other takes, because I'm gonna go ahead and say the gender affirming care was probably your most problematic take. That was the most like social, like, I saw the fire.
I apologize for it, because I do know where I was coming from was wrong, and like I said, I was upset. I was upset at the election. It wasn't my people, it was the election. But I'm a Leo. I don't always handle my anger correctly.
I love. Who from season 15 has Mistress blocked? Sasha.
I was gonna say
Baby Lele, Lucy, or all the above. Oh, I kind of give you the answer on the last
I was gonna say, is it D? Is it all the above? Do they all have to block? Damn. I did talk to Sasha for you.
What did she say?
She said that, there's not really much of a conversation to have, but I think you and her have your own feelings.
I think we'll have our conversation.
But I've told Sasha that we've worked our things out, we're in a respectful place, and that y'all should talk when y'all can.
And what did she say?
She did not reply. But she did heart the message.
Oh, that's sweet.
Yes, yes.
I feel like Sasha's like me, where one day we'll cross paths and we'll have it.
And you'll wake it up.
But I'm kind of scared, because I feel like Sasha will book up to me.
She's
crazy. I love it though.
She will buck up. Just make out with her.
Honestly, I feel like I would let Sasha hate me.
Ooh, she is a top. Power top.
Is she?
Just like our new daughter, Power Top Nebrazi.
You know what? I think she's gonna watch us right now. So will you co-sign that, I've only ever spoke highly of Sasha?
You do speak very highly of Sasha. I think both of y'all coming from the pageant world, Sasha is mother in sorts, and I know that your mother and my mother are very close. So I don't think that there's any true hate over here, but I do think that y'all probably should have a combo.
Sasha, if you're watching, I do love you, and I hope that you could forgive me, or at least, we'll come to an understanding.
Go to lunch, have some lunch, treat her to lunch.
We're both on our skinny lifestyle. You're a juicer, so let's get some juice.
Ooh. Go juice some boys at a circuit party.
You know what? Maybe I am the problem. The answer is D, all of the above.
I think it is D.
But I look at this and I'm like, honestly, each has their reason. I'm not gonna say I'm not the problem. I am the problem.
Okay. But did you deliberately become the problem for each of them?
No, it just happens. Who did you vote for? Both MIB and Kerri.
Oh my god.
Oh wait, can you read us?
Who did you vote for both of us? I don't even know why this is a question. I literally did 2 full Kamala campaigns.
This is so messy. We're not even gonna answer this. You literally posted your ballot.
I had to post my ballot, and it is legal. I checked. After an election, you can do it. It's not encouraged, but y'all are really crazy for trying me like that.
So you're not a Trump supporter?
Never.
Why would they think that? Well, I know why they would think that. Girl, don't answer the question.
I don't even fucking know. I just think people want to be mad so bad. They can't take the puss, they can't take the doll, they can't take the beauty, and
would she have gagged y'all if she was like, I didn't vote?
That would be crazy. No, and this year more than ever, please y'all, never ever ever pick don't vote. Did you vote?
Yes, baby. I also did my
You
Kamala
had to.
campaign. Okay, Kerri, this is our last question.
Okay.
What's one name that'll immediately make you crash out? A. Miss
Oh
Fierce
my God.
Delicious. B. Pamela Anderson. C. Kim Petras. Or D. Eden the Doll. This sounds shady and I'm actually out of the loop. What are these options? Do you have beef with these people?
These are crazy. Low-key, is there an answer E?
Is it everybody? Explain each one.
Okay, so Fierce Delicious and I, we are very close, but sometimes it's like a trauma bond. We were born the same year. We're literally a week apart. We're both Leos. She's also mixed. So like being around her really reminds me of me before I transitioned. And like if you know Fierce, you know she's a lot. Like a lot. So a little triggered. Pamela Anderson is my mother's name. So she's not that Pamela Anderson. She's a very different one, but obviously like all my trauma came from her. Kim Petras, I love her down, but she took the Twittergate very seriously and blocked me and then started like subtweeting me and acting rah-rah, and so I'm not necessarily like triggered, but I'm just like,
damn,
that really sucks. Eden the Doll, her and I, we've known each other. I've been in LA over 10 years. I've seen her around since the beginning of it. So like we exist, but she knows I'm not always around, you know, and I keep my beautiful distance. I love her, but you know, she can be a lot. She tried to choke me out at a club one time. Yeah.
Oh, for real?
That was like when I had to be like, don't you ever put your hands on me. I'm very peaceful until it's like way too much.
You know what? That's so out of pocket and disgusting. Eden, hit me up. Let's go out together. You sound like a
Y'all gonna go get drinks.
Bitch, you got me up. Not the girls. Ooh. This has to be Patreon exclusive. What's one name that'll immediately make you crash out
this
for
is
me?
crazy.
Read the options.
Okay, the options are Ace.
Baby, y'all are so shady. These options, they got us together.
Why are y'all getting us together like this?
This was the worst friendship quiz I've ever fucking taken. Girl, it's a
But
shot.
we passed.
We did pass. We did pass, honestly.
passed.
And I'm so glad that we're here in the restroom sharing this moment in time. The one thing I've learned from this, and the one thing hopefully all of you've learned, anyone can fix anything. You can move past your differences. Like, you don't always gotta 100% with each other. We're not gonna lie and say that we talk to each other every day.
We don't. She ignores all my memes.
Kerri, baby, let me tell you something. Kerri will spam those reels and TikTok. I kind of live though. When I have free time, I'll be watching them back though.
It's me showing that I care. It's
I'm
thinking about you. You know?
I love that. Actually,
yeah, but a lot of girls hate it.
No, I actually do love it. Whenever I have free time, I'll be going back and I'll be like,
and they're crazy.
They're crazy. I understand why you be like tweeting about flat earth and shit. The ones you watch are so like, my reels are brain rot. Yours are like really deep, like extraterrestrial, uncovering like.
Mine's like what's going on in that back door of Earth, girl. I don't know.
That's enough rah-rah for today. I think that we have done our big one today. I hope that not only did we grow our friendships, but they grew their relationships with us. Yes. I feel like you opened up. I feel like you opened your third eye. They're gonna live.
I did. I've been enlightened. I am team MIB, and baby, you better keep watching that All Stars. It gets crazy.
Baby, all I'm gonna say is stay tuned, bitch. And Kerri's gonna be back on Mistress Monday. Would you be down to give ELEANOR a TS makeover?
Ooh, would you be down to give Kerri a mistress makeover?
You know what?
We might have to do it.
Stay tuned, bitch, because it's coming through. And
we gotta go get some in Houston. I want Houston so bad because I'm from Dallas, and Dallas is cute, but it's like I want Houston.
It's nothing compared to Houston. You literally just saying that is making my mouth water. I can see you doing ASMR. You know what? With that being said, I have goosebumps. My skin is tingling. And we're gonna be late to our gig, so we need to get the out of here. I love y'all so fucking much. Don't forget, every Monday is Mistress Monday. And if you have some extra coins, you want to see the uncut, exclusive footage, you gotta join the Patreon. We spilled a little too much tea, so I know some things will be on over there.
NDAs, honey.
Baby, we're gonna keep it cute. But in the meantime, every Monday is Mistress Monday, and it's free forever and always. All you gotta do is like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you follow not only me, but Kerri on all social media. We're gonna be all over the world touring, acting a motherfucking fool, and doing our big one. Is there anything else you want to say?
Team Pink forever. Team Pink supremacy.
Okay, clock that motherfucking T. Pink.